I'm thinking about Showgirls.
Save it for the next episode.
Oh, we started.
Oh. Oh, you're talking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta H me.
Okay, best line in any movie. You know what I'm gonna say, right? Man, everybody got AIDS and shit. Oh my god, I love that movie.
You are not wrong.
Firing Range?
Oh, sure.
That'll work.
I think we've officially done more episodes of this than we have any game.
It's because we're having fun.
Yeah.
We just get to kind of chill back and talk in a more podcasty way.
It's not like we don't have fun when we're playing Bioshock or something.
It's just that this is a little bit more mindless. You don't have to pay attention.
Wait, which team?
I was Tropus. Koopa Tropus.
Okay.
I always like this map. It's a fun map.
Looks nice.
What are other Showgirls lines? There's God, I can't remember. There's one line with no me. Is that her name? I don't remember. She, not to mention her name is Nomi Malone. No me, I'm alone. That's a real thing that the screenwriter said he intentionally did. And I'm like, dude, what even does that mean? To veer off topic a bit, trying to think. The filmmaker that we like that's coming out with Free Fire?
Ben Wheatley.
Ben Wheatley.
Well, that you like.
I like him. Okay, well, I like him a little bit less. I went to my the film club thing at my college, and we watched High Rise. Did not care for that movie.
Yeah, it didn't get good reviews at all.
I even watched the Renegade Cut episode on it just so I can be like, now I know what it is from like an artsy level. It's just fucking...
Did he like it?
Renegade Cut?
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell. He's so impartial in his reviews, it's hard to tell. I think the only time where
That's weird.
I find it refreshing, that's why I like him, but the only time I think he's ever come out and said that he didn't like the movie he was reviewing... No, he's done it 3 times. Chicago,
Batman
Suicide
vs.
Squad,
Superman.
and Batman v Superman. And I mean, I guess Chicago's the only one in there that makes that weird because it's... I mean, I don't care
it's
for
weird
it.
that he reviewed that, first of all.
A bit. I just want, like...
Go back to High Rise. I'm curious about this.
High Rise, first of all, to go back to what we were talking about earlier, Pretentious? That. Cast is terrific.
Kill List is fucking pretentious.
Kill List is pretentious. I'll definitely give you that, and I really like that movie. But, yeah, you ain't, like...
That is one of the most infuriating viewing experiences I've ever had.
After given time, I can totally understand why you'd think that, meaning, like, there is just nothing in High Rise that is engaging. At all.
Except for that one part where Tom Hiddleston's naked.
Yeah, but even that just feels... Well, and it's like, the acting is fine. You've got Tom Hiddleston and Jeremy Irons and a bunch of people from...
Why does Jeremy Irons keep being in shit?
I mean, at least this has the pretense of being an art film, but Batman v Superman has no excuse.
Assassin's Creed is no excuse.
Yeah, Marion Cotillard. Because Marion Cotillard and Michael Fassbender were both in that, and Macbeth, and it had the same director, I think it was under contract.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, to be fair, if you were like, here's the setup of an Assassin's Creed movie, and you told me what that setup was, and you told me the director and who was starring, I'd be like, yeah, it's perfect, that'd be great.
I could make a pretty damn good Assassin's Creed movie if you gave me the budget.
Yeah, I could too, but I just feel like the studio is just...
Because it's really easy, and no one does it right.
Well, it's because it's like... It's The Matrix meets... movie about assassins. There's not
John Wick. Like medieval John Wick.
Medieval John Wick.
No,
John
like
Wick.
Exactly that.
John Wick Chapter 2 looks so good.
It looks a little Fast and the Furious,
Oh,
which I don't like.
Did you see that episode of Movie Fights where they tried to... Or one of the arguments is like, what's the best action franchise? And Dan Murrell correctly said Lethal Weapon, and the other guy said Fast and the Furious.
Did the other guy win?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Do you need it?
Just go ahead.
Okay, right in the butt.
That is the worst thing that has ever happened.
Like, and they're talking about like the first Fast and the Furious movie, like it was like good. And I'm like, have you even watched that movie?
Okay,
Ever?
like bare minimum, it gets good at 5. Bare minimum.
I mean,
it doesn't, but I'll give you that just for the sake of the argument.
Lower your voice a bit. Can't wake mother. Anywho,
But I'm angry.
I know, but like, just all of the Fast and the Furious movies, and yes, Fast and the Furious 7 is not good. I said it. I don't care that everybody loves that movie for some reason.
Fast and the Furious 6 is not good.
Nor is Fast 5. It's the closest any of them get to being good.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Because they're all the same movie.
And if I hear somebody talk about family one more goddamn time.
Like when? When did that happen?
In the first movie, never.
No, when in any of them.
Like, just when Dwayne Johnson shows up, and he's just like, y'all my family, and he just talks about that the whole fucking movie. It's kind of like in Suicide Squad when Diablo is just like, you guys are my family, and I'm like,
oh my God.
just like, no, they're not.
I hate that movie so much.
I think you hate it even more than I do because you liked it at first.
It's like it tricked me.
Because, again, Suicide Squad, on paper, should work. David Ayer directing Suicide Squad, on paper, should work. I mean, David Ayer...
like the trashiest movie.
I know, like...
In not at all an interesting way.
Well, that's the thing, is that David Ayer specializes in making dirty, trashy movies with a bunch of fun characters. Like, you ever seen Fury?
Yeah.
Fury is a better Suicide Squad than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And also to make my point... The Magnificent Seven is a better Suicide Squad than Suicide Squad. Because that's exactly what I wanted that movie to be.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I saw another movie this year that was also just Suicide Squad, but good. Can't remember what it was for the life of me. Guardians is another one of those, though. Like, if Guardians was good, what's Suicide Squad's excuse? Oh, Rogue One. Rogue One is a better Suicide Squad than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Well, Rogue One's just a better everything than everything.
Okay, you were talking about High Rise. We keep getting...
Oh, yeah. It's like this... They all live in a building, and it's supposed to represent, like, my absolute least favorite topic to ever be discussed in any movie ever, because it's never done right and it's always boring. Class struggle.
Oh, Snowpiercer did it good.
Yes.
But that movie's not really, like, a metaphor for it.
It just is.
It just is that.
It's like the Hunger Games, it's the best possible version of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And, honestly, and High Rise is about that, like, they got the richer people living, and then, like, stuff just kind of starts happening, and everybody spirals into madness, and it's like this, it's like the most social commentary heavy movie ever. And it just doesn't translate well because nothing about it's gripping. None of the characters, like, you latch onto because they all act like detached robots. And, like, you just don't... Like, the only thing I came close to caring about was that guy who looked vaguely like, God, what's his face? Joel Edgerton. The guy who looks like Joel Edgerton was a fucking crazy person, and that was the only funny thing in it. And, like, it tries to tackle all these serious subjects, and it just doesn't... And it's so slow and so long, and there's no arc for anybody.
So y'all watched that in the film?
Mm-hmm. Luckily, we watched Drive a week after, so it kind of cleansed my palate. Teacher was the one who was... we, like, watched a bunch of trailers before everybody gets there, and he was the one I talked to the Neon Demon about. And he was just like, everybody complains about that movie. The complaint I see everywhere is that movie's shallow. And he's just like, I don't really get that that's a... I mean, he's like, I know why people wouldn't like it. Being shallow is not really one of them. Because it is, but it's the point. I mean, there's a lot of other things that could bother you about that movie. Like the fact that it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just good at being stupid.
Yep.
I keep switching to that. Why did I do that? Oh, shit. Well, sorry about your luck, Chuck. Oh, well, that's good.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. Oh. Yay for... That should have killed me. But no. Yeah, and High Rise is just not good. Like, it's directed incredibly well, it is acted very well, and it is a divinely shot film.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. My hopes aren't really all that high for Free Fire anymore.
I mean, after High Rise, I'll definitely say I'm less excited for it, but it kind of feels like it just looks Reservoir Dogs-y, and I'm okay with that. Because we need more Reservoir Dogs. Primarily because we're going to make movies that are going to be like Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Just like cheap crime movies that are written well.
I just don't like... I don't know how Ben Wheatley's gonna do funny.
Yeah, because... like High Rise's comedy was just kind of like, oh, rich people are weird.
And Kill List was just not funny.
That's
ever.
No. Ooh, want to do Grid?
No, sure.
And I don't know, it's kind of like how I told you Bronson was funny. But it's only because Winding Refn's working with an existing thing. Like, Bronson is kind of like the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford in the sense that you're like, this real event just kind of happens to be a really good narrative. Also, Tom Hardy just gets really naked in it.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah, it is. And the soundtrack, I mean, every Nicholas Winding Refn soundtrack is the best.
Like, I think I can safely say that Drive is the best soundtrack film soundtrack ever compiled.
I'll agree with that. It's not my favorite, but
what's your favorite then?
Gonna have to go with Vangelis for Blade Runner. Nothing beats it.
No, I meant like pre-existing songs.
Oh, Kill Bill. Kill Bill is actually my favorite of all time. Actually, take it back. Vangelis is second. And I don't like the RZA like at all. I just like how it's implemented in the movie.
I just don't like...
Okay, I'll give you this. Separated from the film, it's better. In the actual film, I would flip that.
Well, I just don't... Like, when I'm talking about soundtrack, I'm talking about, like, pre-existing songs. Because, like, when I think of, like, Vangelis's stuff for Blade Runner, that's the score.
Yeah, I get confused with that too often. Cause I'm doing nice car for everything stuff. Yeah. But for sound, I don't know. I guess for soundtracks, Guardians of the Galaxy's up there. Watchmen's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Watchmen might actually be my favorite because it's just like, hey, you like Bob Dylan? Here you go.
Like, yes, I do, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You know what really would have helped Kill List? Music.
I was gonna say, like, it's gonna be some sort of film implemented thing. I think he was definitely going for like the hyper real thing, kind of like a not stupidly convoluted Dogma 95 movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except it just, teeters off a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to do hyper real, just imitate Italian neorealism.
That's always how it's done best. I mean, The Following.
Yeah.
That Nolan movie that everybody forgets exists. Shame too. It's definitely not as good as Memento, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's also not as good as Insomnia.
No, it's not. I have weird Christopher Nolan thoughts because I am simultaneously against the public norm and completely for the public norm on him. Like, I like pretty much all of his movies, even when people don't like them. But I don't like the movies that everyone loves from him as much as everybody else does. Inception, namely. The Prestige, also. Like, in theory, I should like The Prestige a lot more.
I really like it.
It's just so long.
That's true.
That's probably the only thing, because, I mean, it has, our Lord and Savior, God rest his soul, David Bowie in it. So that automatically shoots it to an 8. Just automatically.
It's like a fucking dumbass movie with the vampires in it.
Dumbass movie with the vampires in it?
The one that Bowie's in.
Oh, The Hunger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a really long time, but I should.
It's pretty dumb, but
It'll be good though.
Still pretty fun.
Is it like Lost Boys kind of?
No.
That's Joel Schumacher's best movie other than Falling Down. Was your silence just thinking about the fact that that movie is directed by Joel Schumacher?
What should be Falling Up?
What? What now?
Falling Up.
Falling Down.
What?
Michael Douglas?
What fucking movie?
Michael Douglas is Falling Down. That's a Schumacher movie. As is Lost Boys.
Well, first of all, Falling Down's a fucking terrible name for a movie.
Have you seen it?
It's a terrible name.
I mean, in context, it makes sense.
You're right.
Yeah. Falling up, or failing upwards, is the Kevin Smith projected algorithm of most people in Hollywood. He says you fail upwards.
Oh, Falling Up's a song name by someone I can't remember. It's a way better name for
a song,
a movie, than Falling Down, because that's just dumb.
It's the only genuinely really good Joel Schumacher movie. I don't even know if I consider Lost Boys to be a good movie. It's entertaining.
It's better than any of the Blade movies.
Yeah.
I say that as a devout
Guillermo
del Toro fan.
I mean, Blade 2 is good. It's just not like...
It's boring as sin.
If you pick Blade 2 over Hellboy, Hellboy 2, Pacific Rim, Pan's Labyrinth, hell, even Crimson Peak, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Kronos,
and the...
Devil's Backbone.
Devil's Backbone's scary as fuck.
Yeah, in a really good way.
Yeah. Kronos I just did not get into. I feel like if I rewatched it again I might like it, but...
I feel like Mimic should have been a good movie, but the production on that was fucked.
Did Del Toro direct that or write it?
Yeah, he directed it.
Okay. I kind of thought it was a David Cronenberg movie. Because it feels like a David Cronenberg movie.
That movie really should have been good, though. It's just the production was awful. That's like the equivalent of Alien 3.
That's what happens when, like... That's how filmmakers like Sam Raimi are born. Or the other fella, Peter Jackson. They just start off making low-budget movies where the gore is so ridiculous you can't take it seriously. Also, I really think it's funny that the guy who basically modernized what we typically think of as a blockbuster started off by making, like, Sam Raimi-esque horror movies.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, it's just weird. I guess both of them have an anomaly of a career, because Sam Raimi, I mean, I don't like him.
He also made blockbusters.
The Spider-Man movies basically defined comic books for a long time. Comic book movies, that is.
I like Sam Raimi.
I do too, because, again, he's somebody I like in principle way more than I do in execution. And even then, though, like, his, like original Evil Dead only. But Peter Jackson's, like, what is that movie?
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive, so much better than Evil Dead 1. Like, so much better. I fight you on it. It's just because it like gives you what you want, whereas Evil Dead is just...
I'm still not sure why you don't like Evil Dead 1.
Because it's not funny or scary, so what is it? That's where I come down on it. It's just like, well, if it's a horror comedy, I'm supposed to laugh, and if it's a horror, I'm supposed to be scared. Not either. So it failed, in my eyes anyway.
It's like a really...
And I just have a passion for it, because when I dislike Sam Raimi, I really dislike him.
It's like a really, really cynical way to look at film.
I mean, kinda?
I don't like looking at film within the confines of a genre.
Typically, I don't either, but Evil Dead is, like, it's a genre piece. What else is it?
Fun.
Evil Dead 2. There's, like, no reason to watch the original when that Army of Darkness exists, especially because Ash vs. Evil Dead exists. And if I want, like, a grittier, more serious one, I'll just watch the remake that I know people aren't a fan of, but gave me what I wanted instead of the first one. Fucking, what happened to you, Fede Alvarez?
I think the first Evil Dead's funny, but...
I mean, funny, it kind of is, but for a while it just kind of gets the joke is old. That and none of the characters have any, like, character in that movie.
Well, neither do the ones in the second one.
That's the thing, though, is that I feel like it uses that. Like, they're still entertaining. They're not developed. The characters in the first one are just there. They're just there to be murdered. And I'm not saying that, like, like Texas Chainsaw does that too, but they at least act like real people. People in Evil Dead are just like, well, I'm sure here. Hope I don't die. Oh, no. Even then, Evil Dead 2 is a little bit maddening, because it's like, is it a sequel or remake? Like, what the fuck is it? Like, the continuity is just weird. It's kind of why I like Army of Darkness, because it just kind of shuts up and is like, full goofy. Go on. Just really dumb. In the best way.
I mean, I agree with you in the sense that Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 2 are better than the first one, and the remake's better than the first one. I just feel like Evil Dead 1 is the most 7 out of 10.
I think I give it like a 4.
Jesus.
I mean, well, I mean, like, based on what I've said, what compliments can I give it? Like, I don't think the acting's particularly good. The cinematography is competent at best. The editing is kind of lackluster, but I guess it works fine. The only thing that I really find any genuine enjoyment out of is the practical effects, because they're so dumb and goofy and they look funny. It's like the only time I'm entertained. But it just happens rarely.
I don't really know how to put up an argument against that.
I mean, it's just like, it's because Evil Dead's not a complicated movie, so it's easier to dislike. Like, if we were going to fight about Interstellar, that would be way more complicated. Except for the fact that I can pretty much... I mean, again, I unabashedly love it, but it's not like I can't see why other people hate it.
I mean, I couldn't argue with you about Interstellar. I've only seen it the once, and that was in theaters.
I haven't seen it in theaters, sadly enough.
You don't see anything in theaters.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Which is disgusting.
I don't have lots of money and time or a car.
Well, I'm not saying it's your fault.
It's not really
anyone's. Oh, wait, yes it is.
Oh, well, that's just me.
Get a job.
I have one.
Get your permit.
I have it.
Then what the fuck are you doing?
I don't have a car, and my mom has only been unemployed for like a month. She's kind of needed that. And I am not driving the Envoy.
Why?
Because we're getting rid of it, and that thing controls like a tank, and I don't want to die or kill someone. Have you ever driven something like that? It's awful. It's actually like, it's like Resident Evil tank controls with a car.
Oh, cool.
Goku?
I said, oh, cool.
Oh, I was like, Goku?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I was about to ask you the same question. Damn it. Yay.
Just really?
I don't even really know what I feel like I should have died. Like, I'll submit that. What are other movies that we just don't like that everybody does? There's a lot of them. Moulin Rouge.
Much more for me than you.
Yeah.
I have a much more polarizing opinion when it comes... Like, even things that people universally like, I kind of like them for different reasons.
Yeah, I'll say that's definitely... That's around the gambit.
I mean, that really goes for anything that I like.
Yeah, I feel like... well, I mean, I know it's probably on the lesser side of, like, controversial, but, I mean, I know we both just hate the shit out of Avatar.
I don't really hate it. It's just, I've never been more passive about anything in my life.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that that's why I hate it. It's like,
oh, yeah.
It should be so much more than what it is. And what it is like, it's Dances with Wolves, Atlantis the Lost Empire, and Pocahontas. 3 movies that are already mediocre.
Yeah, but at least Atlantis has character.
That's true. I actually do like Atlantis the Lost Empire and all its mediocrity. Almost completely because of the animation and voice acting. Because both of them are really, really good. And I mean, it's Michael J. Fox. You gotta love him. He's like instantly likable.
I mean, I think the writing in that movie's good too.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of really good like that one guy with the mustache is just like nobody got. He's like nobody got hurt, or at least nobody that we cared about. I'm like, I kind of like that these are a bunch of rogues gallery people. And you just handed my ace to me. That's something I'd remake.
What?
Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I feel like that could be a genuinely great film in the right hands.
You gotta take away the Fern Gully aspects of it.
Yep, but that's not hard though, because I feel that's the biggest weakness of that movie is that I honestly just feel like it shoehorns its message in so horribly. Like
Yeah.
I'd like it more if it was a bit more subtle. And I know it's like, oh, it's an animated kids movie. It's like, yeah, but you can have animated kids movies that are subtle. Pixar exists. And I know we're both in the camp if everybody needs to stop sucking Pixar's dick, but it's true.
It's not like even that Pixar's overrated. It's that if you keep sucking Pixar's dick, they're going to keep lowering their standards.
And they have been. That is undeniable. Even from Jacob, who is the most devout Pixar fan on planet. Nobody likes... Like, I don't think John Lasseter likes Pixar as much as Jacob does. And he's just like, I just want the sequels to end. I just want them to stop. And I couldn't agree more. Like, the fact that Toy Story is not a trilogy... The Toy Story is not a trilogy anymore makes me really sad.
Yep.
And I know that, like, John Lasseter said he only wanted to make it be an inspiration. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta draw the line somewhere. Like, just because you had that idea for it doesn't mean you should do it. Like, so you need a Steven Spielberg for your George Lucas. Somebody to keep him grounded. Otherwise, they go off the rails, and then it's just bad. That was the saddest sigh. I feel really bad for you.
I'm the saddest person.
The Loneliest Guy. That's a David Bowie song.
This is the worst thing.
You didn't hit me. That was so... Like, did we just Pulp Fiction a bit? You know, that scene really is genius because of how it throws, like, it's a plot contrivance, but only intentionally, and it draws attention to it and just makes it part of the theme of the movie. Like, most movies just aren't intelligent enough to do something like that, and it's really, really basic. So I don't really know why. Yeah. Yeah, alright, Dan Morgan?
Yeah, I'm just trying to... Fucking...
Think of something?
Yeah. I'm just trying to sum up my feelings about Pixar in a way that is coherent.
Because it is easy to insult them while sounding like an asshole. When you're not meaning to. Because it's like, yeah, they make good movies and stuff, but... You know, we only like them because they came along and they obviously had a higher standard than the Disney company did when they came out. And so it's kind of gradually decreased, and it's been increasingly okay because of money. That's just not how it should work. I mean, people are going to argue with me and say, oh, filmmakers of business, and like, yeah, but it should never, the business should never outweigh the artistry. I firmly believe that. Can't change my mind on it either.
Well, no, that's what art is.
I know, but people, like, argue against it, and it just baffles me. It feels like they're coming up with excuses to just disagree. Confuzzles me.
I feel like the only Pixar movies that I even give a shit about are
movies that aren't really like Pixar, like The Incredibles.
I just like The Incredibles, Up, and like I watched Toy Story 3 on a flight pretty recently, and I still like it, but I could honestly take or leave the whole trilogy.
Toy Story 2 is the one that I'm truly in love with. Because it just has a really, really good screenplay.
Paprika's your favorite animated film, right?
Yes, it is. I love that movie purely because it's pure imagination. Like, it's like Fantasia, but I feel like with a through-line narrative. That was pretty well timed, that song.
Yeah.
But Paprika's just like, it is the best stream of content.
That's a typewriter.
Oh my, what is, oh yeah, because Vietnam.
Typewriter.
But I mean, it's just the best stream of consciousness movie you can ever watch. It's hypnotic because Satoshi Kon was a legitimate genius. I'm so sad he died. Like, the fact that Paprika was his last movie and he had plans to make at least 3 more. He was the Japanese Kubrick. Like how Miyazaki is Japanese Disney.
I feel like if I watched Perfect Blue again, that would be my favorite animated film.
Dude, Perfect Blue is so amazing. Honest to God, though, I feel like you would enjoy Millennium Actress the most of his work.
What the fuck is that?
Millennium Actress is... It's a bit more... Bless you.
Thank you.
It's a bit more stream of consciousness than Perfect Blue. It's about an actress who's in something, and it like...
Isn't that just the plot of Perfect Blue?
Not really. A lot of them do have to do with actors and actresses, though, but the plot is... Oh, okay. Spaz 12 has a really high fire rate.
Yeah.
I think it's about an actress, and it like explores her life via all of the roles that she's played, and like different genres of film, and it explores like who she is, what she's wanted to do, and it's like it's kind of almost it's like a feature-length music video in a way, but it just has a narrative.
And is it like set to music?
Sometimes. I can't remember the composer for that movie. Probably the same as Paprika. But Tokyo Godfathers is also really, really good.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
I really, really need to watch it again. I've just seen Paprika so many times. Because that movie is unfathomably gorgeous. Like, I feel like Paprika is my Suspiria in the sense that the narrative and characters are not exactly what I value in that movie at all. Like, it's just, like, they're there and I like them, but it's just not why I watch the movie. I watch the movie because of how, like, absolutely technically excellent it is and how it pulls you in, like, to this weird, surreal dream state while you're watching it.
Yeah, I mean, like, Suspiria, for as much as I love it, it's not... I'm, like, plot is character.
Yeah, I agree.
But, like, that's the only exception I'll make.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just don't really care.
Because, like, I can get, like...
first of all, it's a foreign film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
gonna be... And not to mention, Dario Argento is not the best filmmaker ever, so his movies are very, like, he is very hit and miss.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
Everything.
But, like, what... Like... Fuck. I'm so sick. I can't even organize my fucking thoughts. Jesus. Yeah, Suspiria, what was I saying?
You were talking about just how, like, I guess why you watch it or why you like it.
Yeah, it's like the only exception I'll make for, like, technical mastery in a film over plot or character or writing or anything.
I mean, again, like, it's not quite like that with Paprika because the characters have character and they all have arcs, but it's so weird. It's just really easy to see how people, like, I have no idea what you would think of Paprika. I mean, I'm leaning towards that you would like it, I just don't know how or why. Because it's like, it's just not a movie I recommend to people. It's like Mysterious Skin. It's a perfect film. Can't recommend it to anybody.
Except me.
Except you. You're the only person I have recommended it to. Aside from, like, I talked about it with Aaron because he'd seen it. Aaron.
You like it?
Yes.
Good. Smart man.
Oh, yeah. God, there's the only thing, like, you will not be surprised at all, but one of his favorite movies is Only God Forgives. And with him...
He's like Only God Forgives the person.
You're not wrong. But I mean, I'm pretty sure...
Especially now that he's all, like, coked out or whatever.
LSD.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, I mean, drugs can help with the artistry, so...
Visually.
Yeah.
It doesn't do shit for writing.
God, like,
I
I obviously know that Aaron's a Pink Floyd fan because, I mean, look at the man. Wow. Should have died just quicker. But like,
Me too.
I'm surprised like The Wall isn't his favorite movie. Like when he told me Brick used to be his favorite movie, I was kind of flabbergasted.
Yeah, it's not weird enough.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Brick is like the most.
What is his favorite movie?
Old Boy. Doesn't make sense though. It's like the perfect blend of conventional and weird as fuck.
Nope, mostly just weird.
Well, the story's kind of Monte Cristo. I think it's the same.
It's like Count of Monte Cristo, but fucked by a Korean.
I need to see The Handmaiden. That's Chang-wook Park's new movie, and I just want to watch everything he's made ever because he's a phenomenal director. While Morgan does not agree, I definitely think Old Boy is one of the best films ever made. And
No, I agree with you there. I just don't really like it.
Okay, fair.
It's like one of the best things I've ever seen. I just don't enjoy watching it.
It's not a very joyous film to watch.
I don't really enjoy watching my favorite movie, but like I just do not.
See, I feel like
I get something out of Mysterious Skin though. I don't get anything out of Old Boy except like, well, nihilism.
Like you recognize that you recognize all of it. It's good. It just doesn't really make an emotional connection with you. Is that what I'm?
Yeah.
To understand, yeah.
Like,
there are a lot of movies
there
like
are
that.
parts of that movie that are just boring as hell.
I definitely understand why the remake might have sullied the entire thing for you.
Well,
the remake is so piss awful.
I watched the original first.
I know, but like even after watching it, doesn't it feel a little less special?
No.
Well, I wish I could afford that luxury. Enjoy that.
No, I mean like the remake is one of like in my top 5 least favorite movies of all time.
It's like if you just took
and I don't even love the original. It's just like the remake is so
like, you know how you
piss chuggingly stupid.
Like, you know how you said that Old Boy, like, how it's just kind of a nihilistic movie and you don't really get anything out of it? Well, take away all of the good things about Old Boy, but keep that's the remake.
Yeah.
Except way less competent of a film. And with
it's just like the most needless thing I've ever seen in my life.
And it just has no balls. Old Boy has balls.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the new one is so watered down and blech.
I admire the bejesus out of Old Boy. I just don't like it.
I'm trying. Oh god, there's another movies you need to see because just from what I can tell, you would love them. Mm-hmm. It's fucking the Raid movies.
Yeah.
They are divinely good kung fu films.
And like I love those.
They're the best.
I love all of those. I love bad kung fu movies.
See, that's the. I mean, they're always entertaining, but like the first one is Dread, the good one.
And I love that movie.
And I say that because Dread kind of. I mean, I think it kind of stole a couple things from that. I'm not saying it's like bad or anything. Dread's
came out the same
awesome.
year.
Dread's fucking awesome, but it
came out the same year.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, very similar movies. If you like Dread, you will like the first Raid, but the Raid Redemption is like Goodfellas.
The Raid Redemption is the first one.
Oh yeah, I guess it's got a subtitle for some reason. I meant the Raid 2's got a like weird subtitle. It's like it's a location, Barandai.
I don't know.
I think it's Barandai, but that movie's just actually one of the best movies ever made. It's like Goodfellas meets every like every action scene in that movie is the best action scene I've ever seen in my life. Is the best choreographed work I have ever seen and will ever see. Like, it is astounding to me that they did not actually beat the shit out of each other in the most horrifically gruesome ways ever, and that special effects and good choreography hid that. I almost refuse to believe that it's fake. Which is a sign of really, really, really good stunt work. And the fact that all of them are good actors is just a really, really nice coincidence.
I want to be a filmmaker. Of course I want to make good movies, but more than anything, I just want to make it like a sequence that people remember.
Yeah, I want to be able to make a sequence that people are like, oh, hey, remember the long shot from Goodfellas? Or remember the opening of The Godfather? Or remember when Andy Dufresne breaks out of Shawshank? Like, those scenes. You want to have one of those.
Like, my favorite examples are, like, one that happened, like, the most recent one that I can conjure up in my mind is the,
ending of La La Land? I don't know what it is, but I have a prediction.
Never mind.
Oh, really?
That's the most recent one.
I actually, like, just because I've heard a couple of people say things about the ending and to not have it spoiled for people, I have a theory about it, but I don't want you to confirm it because I want it to be a surprise. But I really think I do actually know the ending, and it makes me kind of sad.
Okay, like, Damien Chazelle is actually just the best at endings ever.
Mm-hmm. I'll say that. I mean, like, I came to the conclusion that Whiplash's ending just doesn't gel with me, but it's perfect. That's my old boy right there. There you go.
Weird.
I still fucking love the movie, and I'll watch it fucking whenever. The best thing Damien Chazelle's at, though, is editing.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Whiplash is at least in the top 5 best edited films I've ever seen in my life. It's like that, Birdman... God.
Just insert any Scorsese movie.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to pick what I think the best edited Scorsese movie is, and I'm gonna have to say The Departed. Because that movie is breakneck fast. It does not feel its length, and that is the edit. Like, the opening sequence of there's a movie moment that I want to be able to create. The opening sequence of The Departed. That shit is gorgeous. It is everything you need to know in about 5 minutes with a song and some people. And it's the best.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite scene in any Scorsese movie. Other than the end where Matt Damon just goes, okay.
Look, I've never felt such utter satisfaction from a movie scene ever. Mostly because I felt such utter dissatisfaction like 5 minutes before it.
I was just, like, The Departed is a movie that I am so glad I did not know a fucking thing about it.
Oh, me either.
Because if I knew how that ended before I saw it...
Oh, I actually knew that Costigan died.
So I didn't, and I haven't...
really pissed me off, though.
I hadn't seen Infernal Affairs either. I have now. It's good, it's just not... It's obviously just not as good as The Departed.
Scorsese movie, man.
But a lot of people argue and say it's better, and I honest to God think that people blindly say that the original of something is always better.
Yeah.
And to that I say, Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Case closed.
Are you saying that the movies are better than the books?
No, I'm saying that the Peter Jackson version is better than the Frank Bakshi version.
Duh. It's not even like... How is that? Stupid announcement.
People say shit like that, and it's like people who say that the book is always better than the movie, and I'm like, that is actually inaccurate. I feel like comparing them even is just a bad idea.
It's kind of stupid.
It's like they're different mediums. I mean, like, I could say that one's better than the other, but it wouldn't mean anything.
I mean, if you compare Hunger Games to the book, that's fine, because it's the exact same.
Mm-hmm. But if it's, like, really, really different, or, like, a comic book, and it's really, really different... Well, it happened. Nice. Mm.
Oh, the sequence that I was gonna say before you, like...
Oh, yeah. Derailed.
Before you were just like, the end of La La Land. Like, yeah, that's actually just the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but the scene you were gonna say.
The freeway scene in Sicario.
Oh my god.
That is something that
as soon as they drive into Mexico, that movie becomes the most nail-biting experience you will ever have with a movie. It's sublime.
I'm actually sad that The Force Awakens came out that year.
Because it destroyed that and The Hateful Eight in the box office.
No, it's more that, like, well, first of all, like, Force Awakens, like, came out before The Hateful Eight was in wide release, so...
Yeah, did you hear that story that where Quentin Tarantino was actually on the radio? Disney, like, paid a bunch of theaters in Hollywood, aka the places where Hateful Eight would see the most money, because Star Wars was making so much money. Disney just literally, like, extorted them and was like, and they would just like cancel Hateful Eight, put in more Star Wars, and I'm just like, fuck you, Disney. I love The Force Awakens, but that is some terrible shit.
Yeah. Shit, what was I saying?
The sequence, like, Sicario?
Yeah, but, like, I said something after that. Oh, yeah, I kind of hate that The Force Awakens came out that year. Just because it ruined the chances of Sicario being my number one.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I don't. It's a testament to how good of a movie year that was. That Sicario wasn't my number one. It was on my number four.
Jesus.
Mad Max, Star Wars, and The Revenant were my top three, I think.
Ugh.
Mad Max and Star Wars, though. You like both of those. Irreverent. Irreverent?
Sure. Why not? Like, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
There it goes. Wait, was it that? I can't actually remember. 2015 just had a lot of really good fucking movies. This year, even more so, actually.
Yep.
Like, I honestly feel like this year in cinema changed my life. Probably even more than 2014 did.
Oh, easily.
And
Like,
2014,
especially this
2014
was
had Birdman and Whiplash.
like I always loved film, but like, I mean,
You had an awakening.
This is honestly partially because of you.
And I mean, same, honestly.
But, this is partially because of you, but you know, like this is the year that I like woke up.
Just like
and what a year to do it in.
You wanted to make at one point you wanted to make a movie, but now you know you want to make movies. Difference.
What's the difference?
Mainly that like one is something that you want to achieve and eventually do. The other one is like something you want to do as an artist or like as a career.
I mean, I just gotta make something.
It's kind of like Tom Ford, how he was just like, I'm a fashion designer, now I'm gonna make movies, and then both of them were fucking incredible.
Yep.
God, you really need to see A Single Man. You would love that.
Look, movie. I'm just not ready.
Oh my God, it would rip you apart.
No, I know.
That movie,
I can't
that movie
that
is
right
every
now.
bit as devastating as something like. I'd argue that it's far more devastating than even Nocturnal Animals, and that movie is like Devastation the movie. A study in awful.
I didn't. Oh God! Speaking of recent sequences that we will remember till the day we die,
you
know.
Rogue One.
No.
Oh.
I was talking about Nocturnal Animals.
Oh, you mean the ending?
No.
Well, part of it.
The part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never.
That was.
By the way, can I just? I sent you the link and you watched it via that, right? Do you know what the opening credits to that movie is?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking, because I'm still not entirely sure what the point of that is, but
I don't know.
I feel like it has a point. I just don't know it.
That movie would have been a 6 without that sequence, and it was an 8.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why you would say that. It's just it connected with me on a far more personal level, I think.
Just really didn't for me. I wouldn't say the movie's disappointing at all.
I can see why, though. It's just... I think the ending of that movie resonated with me more than most things I've ever seen in my entire life, ever. I was like, it's one of the few times I can say I was profoundly moved by something. That was good.
Yeah, juicy.
It was hot. Nemesis. But, there's a lot of, it's kind of interesting. I guess I'm not totally surprised more people don't love Nocturnal Animals than the people that did. It's just, I don't know. I feel like since everybody loved Gone Girl, they should love Nocturnal Animals.
I actually don't think the two are comparable at all.
I think more so in, like, style and tone, and not necessarily the filmmaking. Like, they're both kind of really smart, trashy novels adaptations. Except Gone Girl actually is an adaptation of a trashy novel. It's just really heavily laden with subtext and good filmmaking.
I actually feel like...
Same thing with Nocturnal Animals, it's just not based off of anything.
I feel like... Fucking... I keep losing my words.
It's okay.
Fuck. Why is my mind just a blank right now? Okay, I feel like Gone Girl is like the most shiny, pretty thing that is hiding just layers and layers of shit and garbage, and that's why I love it.
Yeah, I mean, feature movies in general, a lot of them are like unapologetically trashy, and that's why I genuinely love them.
Yeah, but I feel like Nocturnal Animals is just straight trashy. Like it has like
yeah, I can't agree with that.
No, it has like all the arts. No, I mean that in like a not filmmaking, just like subject matter.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the filmmaking is like the opposite of trashy.
I guess it's just, and I'm also a sucker for the whole like Tarantino story within a story kind of shit. Like, you want to make a movie that I like, do that. I'll probably like it, even if it's not that great. But like, Nocturnal Animals is just really good.
I really just don't understand what the point of having... I didn't understand what the point of having Susan's role in that movie be in there until the end. I got it in the end, but I still feel like it just kind of wasted my time at the beginning with it.
I can't. I just can't agree just on principle. Just because
No, of course you can't.
I mean, like, there's no way to explain that in a way where it's just like, oh, you didn't get it. It's like, no, you got it. It's just different because we're different. Like, I do not ever, like, if I ever have to be the guy who says, like, oh, you didn't get it, I hate myself for saying that. I have said it before, because sometimes it's true.
No, I mean, I saw, like, in the recommended section on YouTube, I saw, like, Nocturnal Animals ending explained, and, like...
There's nothing to explain about the ending.
Like, it doesn't use words, so people need it explained.
Well, that's why it's good filmmaking, is because you don't need to look up an interpretation of it. You just watch the movie. It's just there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a lot of way with like when people like the Gone Girl ending explained. I'm like, what is there to explain?
All right, that actually uses its words, so there's nothing to explain.
It's not like it's. I'm not saying that I don't like it or that's deprived of depth. I'm just saying that the filmmaking and overall writing is so good that you shouldn't have any questions when it's over. This stands in stark contrast to something like Birdman, which makes you have questions when it's over, but that's the fucking point of the movie.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I feel pretentious when I say things like that, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying what filmmaking is. A lot of people just don't, they just don't know what goes into making...
It's like
the nostalgia chick when she was just like, sometimes people just think that the movie fairy comes along and gets all the actors and a movie's made. And I, for the vast majority of people, they don't give a shit about cinematography or direction. I give a shit about that stuff because I'm a nerd and I like it.
Well, I feel like the notion that, like the idea of raising questions in a movie just for
any reason,
the sake of raising questions, I guess, is pretentious. Is like,
that's just some.
Yeah, but you have to think about what the artist meant to do with it.
I feel like people who say that, they just don't want to think.
You fucking interrupted me. Sorry.
Do it. Do it.
I feel like people just... You have to think about what the artist intended. Like, in Birdman, he wanted people to ask questions because he wanted people to kind of think about life.
It's a character piece where one of the most important characters is you.